in their road Grays. The Royals at 16-12 have a half-game lead in the American League Central over the Chicago White Sox, who lost today to the Cincinnati Reds in 10 innings by a final score of 1-0. The Indians playing very good baseball. They've won 7 of their last 9 and are now 15-13, 1 game back of KC. The Indians won on Monday 8-6. They won again last night 7-3, as the Royals could not hold a 3-0 lead as late as the 6th inning. And Kansas City has lost 3 straight for the first time this year. So they really want to see a great bounce-back game for Brady Singer, who was roughed up his last time out and took a line drive off of his left heel that knocked him out of the game. He only went 2 innings, gave up 1 run, but in those 2 innings, he was not commanding his pitches. Not his two-seam fastball and not his terrific slider. So he'll need to get back on beam, because the opposing pitcher tonight is a dandy. The 2020 Cy Young winner, Shane Bieber, and he is out to an outstanding start this year, as the Indians playing very well. As I said, they've won 7 of their last 9 ball games. It's the Royals and Indians. Now for the play-by-play, let's bring in our Hall of Fame broadcaster, Denny Matthews.
All right, Fizz, and it'll be Cesar Hernandez to lead off against Brady. Start number 6 for Brady Singer, and his 3rd career start against Cleveland. Hernandez, a switch hitter, he's hitting 194. He has 20 hits. And so far in the series, he is 2 for 7. He's walked 3 times. He has scored 1 run. And he climbs into the batter's box against Singer. So Brady shooting for win number 2. Earned run average at the start of this game for Singer, 3.09. And Perez drops down a sign. We are set to go, and Singer's first pitch is a fastball right in there, strike 1. Steve told you about his last outing, and he took that line drive off his heel, and there was actually good news, bad news regarding that play. Ground ball right back to Singer on a hop. He runs halfway to first, underhands over to Santana, and that takes care of Cesar Hernandez. So 1 away, and here is Jake Bauers. Bauers, a 200 hitter with 9 home runs. And last night homered as a pinch hitter. But the good news, bad news on the line drive off of Brady Singer's heel was, the bad news was he had to leave the game. The good news was that he started a double play. First pitch to Jake Bauers is low, ball 1. Starting a double play with essentially your shoe, not quite as dramatic. There's a swing and a miss at a fastball, and 1-1 on Jake Bauers. Maybe the most dramatic double play in Royals history. Al Fitzmaurice was involved. He took a 1-hop line drive off of his forehead, which deflected to Frank White, which went to Patek, which went to first for the double play. Fitzy was a very good defender. In fact, he started his career in the minor leagues as an outfielder, but Harmon Killebrew hit a 1-hop rocket off his forehead, and Fitzy said that was one of the best double plays that I ever started. Next pitch to Bauers is grounded sharply, but Whit is out in short right, and the throw to first retires Jake Bauers. So that time the shift paid off. Merrifield was way out into short right field, and so it took a strong throw, and as we all know, Merrifield has a good, solid, strong, and accurate arm. So a couple of ground balls, 2 up, 2 down to Jose Ramirez.
Did Fitzmaurice miss any time after taking that glancing blow off of his forehead?
You kidding? No way. First pitch is on the inside corner, strike 1.
Knocked some sense into him.
Well, I don't know about that either. Yeah, he could defend. He's a good hitter too, by the way. No balls, 1 strike on Ramirez, who's a switch hitter. Off speed from Brady Singer is low, and the count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Royals defense deployed same way they were with Bowers. Now is swinging a foul ball, and Jose Ramirez just barely got a piece of that pitch. Ramirez 2 out of 8 with a couple of walks and 3 runs scored so far in the series. Just the start of things. Nobody on, 2 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Singer's next pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball, and it did appear that Brady Singer had very good stuff in pitching to the trio that he faced in the top of the first. There's a ground ball, sharply hit, knocked down by the third baseman Ramirez, and throws wild past first. And there goes Merrifield towards second base, and he's going to make it sliding. Ramirez made a good play on a hot smash, but then a bad throw. So, had the throw been accurate, he would have been able to retire Whit Merrifield. So they're going to score at a hit and an error. And the Royals end up with Merrifield at second base. But getting back to the mindset of the two teams, both realize that there are quality pitchers on the mound. Now, the Indians have to be thinking, boy, Singer really threw well in the first inning, but we've got Bieber on the mound. The Royals are thinking, well, could it be a low-scoring game? But a chance to break the 0-0 tie right here. And now Benintendi showing bunt. Kind of bails out of the pitch, and they rule it 1 ball, no strikes. He did not attempt to bunt it. The pitch was very high. That would have been a tough bunt. Andrew hitting .278. Shane Bieber checks second, brings it home, and throws a strike. And he's going to throw a lot of strikes. 6'3", 195. Fastball, curveball, those are both plus pitches. He's added a cutter. He throws a slider. He throws all 4 with tremendous command. He's a handful. Swing and a miss, and he got Benintendi to chase the high fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bieber already has recorded 68 strikeouts. It's the best in the big leagues. This is his 7th start. One ball, 2 strikes. Carlos Santana will be next. And the pitch to Benintendi is high, and 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bieber is 6'3". 2 years ago, he was 15-8. That was the normal 162 game schedule. Two balls, 2 strikes to Andrew Benintendi, and he chops one to first, played by Bowers, who steps on first base, but Merrifield moves up 90 feet to third. Now the Royals could take the lead here with just an out. And Carlos Santana now coming up against his former teammate. Carlos hitting .265, 21 RBIs and a half a dozen home runs. The Indians choose to play their infield halfway. It should not be surprising. We go back to the fact that, and things sometimes in baseball don't figure out as you think they'll figure out, but a low-scoring game. And a breaking ball inside. 1-0, the count to Carlos Santana. Three infielders between first and second base. Ramirez near the bag at third with the runner there. Another breaking ball, and this one is down low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. So advantage hitter. Santana, of course, knowing Bieber well with regard to his way of pitching, not so much standing in the box against him. He knows all about him. He takes a big rip at a 2-0 pitch, but came up empty. That makes the count 2-1. Santana 0 for 5 last night, and so far in the series 1 for 9. Looking for just a fly ball deep enough to get Merrifield home from third and put the Royals in front. 2-1 delivery. Little tap up along first. It's going to spin off into foul ground, and that evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shane Bieber last pitched on Friday night in Chicago against the White Sox. He struck out 11, picked up his 3rd win. 11 strikeouts in 6 innings, just 1 walk, permitted 7 hits. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Merrifield at third base, courtesy of an infield hit, a throwing error, and Benintendi's ground ball. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So Bieber going upstairs to strike out Carlos Santana. And that's the case of a pitcher knowing exactly what he needed to do, and that's get a strikeout with the runner at third base and 1 out. So now it's up to Perez. Salvador Perez with 30 hits and 7 home runs. Perez with 2 hits and 4 at-bats last night. One of the 2 hits, a long home run. He'd settle for just a single right here. Right-handed batter takes a rip at Bieber's first pitch slider, and no contact, strike 1. This is Bieber's 9th career start against the Royals. He is 4-0, 3.5 ERA. The 0-1 pitch to Perez. Strike on the outside corner, and Perez looks back at the plate umpire, Angel Hernandez. And Perez thought that pitch was outside. That might have been a great pitch to shoot to the opposite direction. Perez many times will hit the ball to right field, right center in particular. But now he's down in the count. And a swing and a miss. So Bieber shows why he won the Cy Young Award last year after a runner at third with just 1 out, and after pitchers have to feel pretty good about their first innings. So it'll be Rosario, Reyes, and Naylor coming up against Singer here in the Cleveland second. Eddie Rosario with a .230 batting average, 17 runs batted in, 23 hits. And the first pitch is a little bit outside, ball 1. Eddie Rosario, 1 out of 2. A home run so far in this series. 1-0 pitch is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Once again, Merrifield deployed out in short right field. Lopez, the shortstop, directly behind second. And a strike from Singer, and the count is 2-1. Go back to the 10th of September of last year, and Singer is on a rather remarkable run over that span of time. It covers 8 starts. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike on the inside corner at the knees. So Singer came with a changeup. Rosario just couldn't pull the trigger. In that stretch that we just mentioned, Singer has an earned run average of 2.28. Just 12 earned runs in now 48 innings. In on the hands and popped up into short left. Dozier drifting out. In comes Benintendi, and it's Benintendi to make the play and one away. Good pitch from Singer. He had Rosario all tied up with that pitch right in on the knuckles. Now Cleveland's DH, Franmil Reyes. 290 is his average. He's homered 7 times. 27 hits, drive in 21 runs. Reyes 3 for 7 in the series. A couple of doubles, 3 walks, 3 RBIs. Singer's pitch is a fastball way outside. Nothing. Inning number 2. Singer deals. Fastball threw it right by him. Swing and a miss. The count is 1-2. Singer's fastball so far tonight is just exploding. I mean, it really has life. It's coming out of his hand nice and easy, and hitters have yet to catch up with it. Breaking ball low and away.
Danny, we were talking with Royals Hall of Fame pitcher Jeff Montgomery about that two-seam fastball, and he said, obviously, the last 10 feet, it really explodes on the hitter.
2-1 pitch is swung late, but lined down the right field line, slicing off foul, in and out of the seats down there. And that evens up the count on Reyes at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Singer made 2 starts against the Indians last season. He went 1-0, gave up just 2 earned runs in 13 innings. His ERA against Cleveland last year, 1.38. In a high drive, deep left center field, but playable. Over comes Taylor, and the Royals center fielder puts it away for out number 2. Reyes put a good swing on it, got under it, hit a high towering fly ball for out number 2, and up comes Josh Naylor. Naylor hitting .273 with 1 home run. The left-handed batter digs in. Singer gets the sign from Perez. He sets the target down and away, and it's right on target, strike 1. Most Royals fans remember that near no-hitter that Brady Singer had against the Indians in Cleveland. Royals won that game handily, 11-1, but he took the no-hitter into the 8th inning. Fastball high and tight, and the count is 1-1. So he was within 4 outs of throwing the 5th no-hitter in Royals history, but Austin Hedges singled to right field, and that busted up the no-hitter. Pitch is inside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Of all people, a guy with a 168 career batting average breaks up the no-hitter.
Pitch is made, and it's on the inside corner, strike 2, 2-2. Well, you know the old saying, if you're standing in the batter's box with a bat, you're dangerous.
Yep. Every pitcher will say that.
2-2, the count to Josh Naylor. Singer brings it in. Breaking ball is fouled off. Naylor has had a good series, 4 out of 8. 1 double, a home run. He's driven in 4. He has scored 2. So Naylor hitting out of the number 6 spot in their batting order. Been a factor in the first 2 games, and now the 2-2 pitch. And he lifts one out into very short left. Dozier is there to play it. Outs in the first inning, and they came at, for him, very opportune times. Swing and a foul tip by Soler, and the count is 0-1. So Bieber now with 70 strikeouts in his first 43 innings. He's a little bit low and outside, breaking ball to Soler. In the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Did he make a delayed call on that breaking ball? I guess so. Count 0-2. You could hear the crowd murmuring, and the pitch is low and outside. Well, back to Bieber's strikeouts, 70 through his first 7 starts, and only inning number 2 of start number 7. But he's in the history books. There's a pitch low and outside, 2-2. 68 strikeouts through his first 6 starts are the second most in Major League history. If you want to go back and look at records in 1893, I didn't say 19, I said 1893, ground ball shortstop. Jimenez gloves it, and on the first, perfect throw. Soler is out number 1. So I said second most in Major League history. 68 strikeouts through the first 6 starts. Who do you think would be on top of that heap? If you said Nolan Ryan, you'd be exactly right. 1978, Ryan 71 strikeouts, so 3 more than Bieber. Hunter Dozier takes a pitch just off the outside corner.
I would imagine Nolan also had more walks.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
In that time frame. But still, that's still impressive, obviously.
And more grunts as he delivered the pitch.
Right.
1-0 to the right-handed hitter, and Dozier takes a fastball up and in. Hunter Dozier, 2 out of 3 last night. He reached base 3 times last night, 2 doubles and a walk. For Hunter Dozier, multiple extra base hits in 3 straight games. So he is coming out of his early season doldrums with a bang. And the count his way, and the 2-0 pitch is hit high and deep left center field. Ramirez going to the wall and gone. Hunter Dozier. One to nothing Royals, and for Dozier, the extra base hit streak continues. That is home run number 5. And that's the one thing about Bieber. He will yield home runs. He came with a 2-0 fastball, and he put it right in the middle of the plate. And Dozier wasn't about to let that pitch go by. So the way Singer is throwing, I know it's a second inning, but that could be a big run. First pitch to O'Hearn, finds the strike zone, and it's 0-1.
That's the 6th home run he has given up this year in not even 45 innings.
Now a line shot well hit into right field, and that's going to drop for a hit. O'Hearn singles to right. All this starting with 1 out.
And Denny with that home run hit by Hunter Dozier, and every Royals home run hit this season. Kansas City's #1 injury lawyers, Edelman and Thompson, will donate $250 to Harvesters to help address food insecurity in our community in these challenging times. Edelman and Thompson proud to join the Royals in supporting this essential cause.
So Michael Taylor digs in with a runner at first, 1 out, and a run in, second inning. Shane Bieber brings it in. Big swing by Michael Taylor, but he missed. The count is 0-1. Taylor, 2 out of 4 with an RBI last night. Bieber set at the belt, checks first. Pitches to Taylor, and it's low and away, and the count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. And one more note on Bieber's strikeouts. 72 career games, 567, third most all time. Who do you think the first 2 on that list would be? Pitch to Taylor is swung on and missed. So Bieber came at him with a slider. Shane Bieber has 4 quality pitches. That is 2 primaries, the fastball and the curveball. The 2 just ahead of Bieber on that list, Dwight Gooden and Yu Darvish. Line shot, center field, that's a hit. The Royals are getting good swings and making good contact. I think back to Merrifield's infield hit in the first inning. It was a one-hop rocket that Ramirez, the third baseman, knocked down, but then made a wild throw to first. So after Soler grounded out, and he hit the ball rather sharply, Dozier homered on a 2-0 pitch, and now back-to-back singles from O'Hearn and Taylor, and the batter, Nicky Lopez.
Yeah, usually Bieber is right on the corners, and that was a slider. He had started out Soler away with the breaking ball, and with Michael Taylor, did the same thing, and then missed with the slider over the heart of the plate.
Nicky Lopez hitting .227. 2 on, 1 out. Good swing there. Fouled straight back. The count is 0-1. So the Royals are being aggressive against Bieber. Why not? He's going to be around the plate. He's not going to walk that many. Just 14 walks in 44 innings. That is excellent. So attack. No balls and a strike. Nicky, left-handed batter. Bieber looks back at second. And now pitches to Lopez. Off speed, Nicky started to swing and could not check his swing, and it's strike 2. Nicky Lopez 0 for 4 last night and 1 out of 7 in the first 2 games of the series. O'Hearn at second, Taylor at first. 1 out, second inning. And Bieber's 0-2 pitch to Nicky Lopez on the way. And he bounced it, and it was blocked by the catcher Hedges. So good save there by the Cleveland catcher, keeping runners at first and second. Threw a slider in the dirt. One and 2 to Lopez. Bieber checking in with his catcher. Now comes set. Next pitch to Nicky, right through there. Strike 3 called, and Lopez knew it. So Bieber able to slip the fastball by him, and now Whit Merrifield. Now when Whit came to the plate in the first inning, he went after Shane Bieber's first pitch. That shouldn't come as a shock to anybody that watches the Royals on a regular basis, because Whit Merrifield is a dead first ball fastball hitter. One of the most prolific first ball fastball hitters is Paul Molitor. Pitch to Whit, he goes after it, and instead of a fat fastball, Bieber threw him a slider, and 0-1 to count on Whit Merrifield. Runners first and second, 2 out. 1-0 Royals here in the second inning. Shane Bieber, in just 6 years, has gone from a college walk-on to, in the eyes of many, baseball's best pitcher. He wasn't recruited by any of the high-profile baseball colleges. He ended up at UC Santa Barbara, pitched there for 3 years.
And had to walk on. Crazy.
Right, I just said that. The 0-1 pitch is high. And 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's all about velocity, and he didn't have it at the time as far as the mid-90s fastball, but he sure has developed it in pro ball after being a 4th-round pick by Cleveland in 2016.
So you can't really say he came out of nowhere, but I don't think a lot of people saw what he ended up as an ace. He would be the ace of just about any staff in baseball. 1-1 pitch. Good breaking ball, swing and a miss. That's that big curveball.
And his numbers at UC Santa Barbara, Denny, were indicative of a guy who should be drafted in the first round. You know, he threw 300 innings while with the Gauchos, walked 38 batters in 300 innings, and falls to the fourth round. 23 wins, 2.73 ERA. Doesn't throw hard enough.
You never know.
Right.
So 1-2 the count on Whit Merrifield. Whit will change his approach at the plate now with 2 strikes, but he takes a fastball over the outside corner, strike 3 called. Whit's grumbling a little bit at the plate umpire Hernandez, but the Royals have...
Day game tomorrow, 1:10, and Danny Duffy, the Royals pitcher of the month for April. He's already had a really good May start also. It'll be Danny going tomorrow afternoon at 1:10.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching him start 2021. He is locked in. Brady Singer appears to be locked in to start this game and delivers to Harold Ramirez, strike 1, outside corner, 95 miles an hour. Harold has been a pain in the Royals side since being recalled from the minor leagues. 4 for 9 in this series, and he knocked one to the right side, fielded by Merrifield. He'll throw him out. And there's 1 down. So that's 7 up, 7 down for Brady Singer after coming off that Friday outing at Minnesota where he didn't command his fastball well. His slider was all over the plate. And he only went 2 innings through 48 pitches. We told you that he did not return after taking a liner off of his left heel on a Josh Donaldson smash that turned into a 1-3-6 double. But it hit the nerve, and boy, he was in pain and a little scared at first, but was able to walk off the field and make his bullpen session. It was reported well, and he looked sharp early in this one and delivers strike 1 to Andres Jimenez. Jimenez hitting 172, 2 home runs, 4 driven in. The Royals will play him straight up. Third baseman Dozier in at third. The 0-1 is hit to the left side. Over goes Andrew Benintendi, but the ball will drop for a hit, and Jimenez is on. That is the first base runner for Cleveland. A 1-out single by Andres Jimenez. By the way, a young Kansas guy out of Gardner Edgerton threw a no-hitter today. John Means. And what a performance he had. Did you know he's the first player to throw a non-perfect game where the opponent did not reach on a walk, an error, or hit by pitch? How did he get on? Well, Means struck the batter out, but the pitch was so good it hit into the dirt, bounced away from the catcher, and the batter reached. So it was not a perfect game. It was a no-hitter. Here's Singer, and he goes after Austin Hedges with a slider that swung on and missed, strike 1. How about this? We've had 3 no-hitters this year, and they have not had that to happen this early in the season since 1969. We had Joe Musgrove of the San Diego Padres, Carlos Rodon of the White Sox, and now John Means of the Baltimore Orioles in a 6-0 win over Seattle. Singer to the plate, and it's a strike and an 0-2 count. By the way, that's the third player born from the Sunflower State from Kansas to throw a no-hitter, and the first since 1920 when the great Walter Johnson, born in Humboldt, Kansas, threw a no-hitter. Singer ready, checks the runner, brings the 0-2 pitch outside, and Sal bluffs the throw to first base, but Jimenez was not far off the bag, so Salvi didn't risk the throw. Hedges just 3 for 30 this year. He's known for his defense, not much offense. Righty matchup. Slight pull on the infield. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, ground ball third. And it's off the end of the glove by Hunter Dozier into left field. Racing to third, Jimenez. He will make it without a throw. Well, the Royals made some defensive mistakes last night that cost them, and they wound up losing the game 7-3. Austin Hedges, I'm not sure if he'll get a base hit or the Royals will be charged with an error. Cleveland made an error in their first inning on a play by their third baseman, Jose Ramirez. They're ruling it a base hit by Austin Hedges, his fourth this season. And now Cesar Hernandez will come up. And the Royals will play him with a slight pull to the right, but not much. Santana holding the runner at first. Here's the pitch, and it is in there for strike one. Singer has struck out one. That was Jose Ramirez to end the first inning. Royals lead it 1-0 on a Dozier home run in the second. Hernandez will be tough to double. He runs well. The 0-1 is swung on, knocked foul. 0-2. So Singer has some options here. Brady is a strikeout pitcher. He holds the Kansas City record for most strikeouts in his first 17 appearances with 87. Ventura has 84, and Mark Gubicza with 74 in his first 17 appearances. So if there's a time to get that strikeout, why not now? Brady comes set, eyes the runner at third, brings the pitch to the plate. In there, strike three called. It caught a lot of the plate. Hernandez is arguing with home plate umpire Angel Hernandez, but that's the second strikeout. It comes at a big time. Yeah, it clipped the inside corner at 95 miles an hour. And that's that late life that Jeff Montgomery was talking with us about in pregame, where you throw that fastball, but it has a tailing effect where it looks like it's going to be in, and then nice back over the inside corner, and he gets the called strike three. Now Jake Bauers. Singer's pitch to him is a slider, low and in. I remember the great and ageless wonder Bartolo Colon explaining the two-seam fastball, where he said he would aim it at the left-handed batter's hip and just trust that it would naturally tail back over and catch the inside corner. That's right. His two-seam fastball would tail sometimes 8 to 10 inches. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that ball struck pretty well to left field. Benintendi backing up, retreating, and makes the catch. So Singer works around the trouble first.
Tomorrow looks like a nice day. A 1:10 start. Come out for some day baseball. Danny Duffy against Tristan McKenzie tomorrow afternoon. 1:10 first pitch.
Yeah, I was checking the weather early, and it looks like sunshine all day long. And believe me, fans, it's beautiful here at Kauffman Stadium, but particularly on day games. Here is Bieber facing Benintendi, and he goes after the first pitch, knocks it down the line, foul, strike one. Andrew grounded out his first time up, but it was a productive out with Merrifield at second base. He got him to third. Unfortunately, both Santana and Perez struck out, and the threat was turned back. The Royals with 1 run on 4 hits. Cleveland with no runs on 2 hits. Bottom of the third. Bieber to the plate. Andrew takes it high, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Bieber was throwing him high fastballs first time up. And Andrew chased one a good 5 inches above the letters. The 1-1 pitch just does catch the corner with a changeup. That'll leave in the count 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's tough to predict this guy because he really sorts out his 4 pitches. The 1-2 is fouled off. Throws a 4-seam 37% of the time, a knuckle curve 29% of the time, a slider 28% of the time, a changeup about 5%, and he's backed off his cut fastball, mainly going slider this year. The 1-2 pitch bounces in the dirt, but it was the cut fastball that hurt him in the second inning. He tried to get a cutter in on Hunter Dozier and left it over the middle of the plate. And Hunter, who has been red hot this past week, knocked it out. And there goes Benintendi into the gap, left center field, and that ball's going to get down and all the way to the wall. Andrew is at second base and will hold there with a double. With the Royals leading 1-0, now let's pause for station identification on the Royals Radio Network.
Download the Odyssey app to listen to Royals baseball this season. 610 Sports Radio, KCSP Kansas City, WDAF HD2 Liberty, and Odyssey Station.
With the Royals leading 1-0, Andrew Benintendi just stretched his hit streak to 9 consecutive games. 14 hits in that span. And now Carlos Santana. Carlos 1 for 18 against his old ball club. First pitch fastball up and in. He was with the Indians for 12 years after he was signed by the Dodgers and traded to the Indians in 2008. Big part of their growth and their strength, and they're getting to the World Series in 2016. A swing and a miss, and now a 1-1 count. They let him go for one season where he was with the Philadelphia Phillies. First year in the National League did not go so well, so he was acquired back from the Phillies to the Indians and had his best season 2 years ago. Benintendi at second base. Infield playing Carlos to pull to the right side. A swing and a miss on a good cut fastball. And now the count Bieber's way, 1-2. Carlos had his 8-game hit streak end yesterday with an 0 for 5. Switch hitter batting from the left side, stands deep in the box, slightly open stance. Now calls time, steps out. Bowers deep at first, off the line by about 12 feet. In shallow right field is Hernandez. He's about 20 feet out on the outfield grass. Jimenez pulled over on the right side as well. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball low in the dirt. Even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The outfield pretty straight up for Carlos with Rosario in left, Ramirez in center, and Josh Naylor in right. Not much wind tonight. First pitch temperature right about 70 degrees. Very comfortable evening at Kauffman Stadium. The 2-2 is swung on and foul tipped into the glove. That's a strikeout, and it's number 5 for Bieber, and we've only played 2 1/3 innings for Shane. Well, he is one of the strikeout artists in baseball. As a matter of fact, he has struck out at least 8 batters in 18 straight starts. That's the longest streak in Major League history, eclipsing Randy Johnson's mark of 17. The great and hard-throwing lefty of Seattle, Arizona. Now Salvador Perez. And he goes after the first pitch and knocks it to left. Benintendi will be held at third base. So Salvi wasn't waiting around. That is another first pitch that was knocked sharply to left. So the Royals getting some good swings on Bieber, even though he has struck out 5. The Royals now have 6 hits, and 2 of them extra base hits. Soler was down 2 strikes in the count. Was able to fight back in the count before grounding out to open the second inning. He's waited a while to get his 3rd home run of the year, and this is a guy with big-time power. First pitch. He swings and knocks it to short. They go second 1, first base 2. That's a double play, and Bieber gets out of trouble. The Royals unable.
School day to sign up now, and Jose Ramirez Fizz leading off this 4th inning for the Indians.
And the Royals with a 1-0 lead. And Stu, how about Jorge Soler? All you can do is hit the ball sharply, and he hit it 111 miles an hour, unfortunately, directly at the shortstop. Returned it into a 6-4-3 double play, where the Royals might be still swinging their bats. Here's the first pitch to Ramirez. It's upstairs for ball 1. Ramirez struck out swinging. Brady with a good combination of two-seam fastball and slider, and brings the next pitch, and it is low. Ramirez does have a good eye. He's walked 15 times this year and only struck out 12. Second in the MVP voting last year with his sensational month of September. Goes after the 2-0 pitch, pops it up left side. Dozier looking up into the sky, pulls it down on the infield dirt. And there's one out. So they're able to get Ramirez twice. And now the batter will be Eddie Rosario. Singer looks like he's on his game, really hitting his spots. His fastball has been from 93 to 96 miles an hour, really locating it well. And I like the way he worked the left-handed batters, using that two-seam to knife back over the inside corner. Struck out Hernandez with runners on first and third and only one out with that two-seam fastball. Now he'll face another lefty in Eddie Rosario. First pitch is up high for ball 1. Rosario coming over from the Minnesota Twins. He was the Twins MVP in the 2018 season. Next offering in there, right at the knees, outside corner, 95, 1-1 count. That MVP year for Eddie with the Twins, he had 24 home runs and followed that up with a 30-plus homer year the next year. But that was the year the Twins had 5 players who hit 30 or more. Here's the pitch. That ball is knocked in the gap, right center field. Over goes Soler to cut it off, and Rosario, who wasn't running that hard out of the box, will settle for a single. So 1 on with 1 out. And the batter will be Franmil Reyes. We've been talking about his strength of late. He had a cold start for Cleveland, but the last 3 weeks has really picked things up. Hitting .357 with 3 home runs, 13 RBIs his last 11 games. And he's been the main force, he and Jose Ramirez, in this Cleveland team that has won 7 of their last 9 games. Singer deals. Reyes takes inside, ball 1. Royals lead it 1-0 on a Hunter Dozier solo home run in the second inning. Long blast deep to left center. The 1-0 pitch is in there. Good fastball outside corner, so he's coming in and then away to Reyes. That'll leave the count at 1-1. Royals like to play Reyes to pull, but this time they're keeping Merrifield on the second base side of the bag, even though he's almost directly behind second. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. He went after him up in the strike zone with that two-seamer. Rosario edges away from the bag, and here's the pitch. A slider teased him away. No bite by Reyes. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is game 3 of this 4-game series. Cleveland won on Monday 8-6. They won last night 7-3, even though the Royals had a 3-0 lead as late as the 6th. The 2-2. A little tapper back of the mound. Witt will touch second, go to first, double play. 1-0, and here's the guy responsible for that 1 run, Hunter Dozier, the home run. And so Bieber starts him off with a slider instead of the fastball, as Dozier is a notable First ball fastball hitter. Big, strong right-handed batter, 6'4", 220. Out of the Dallas area. Here's the pitch. He swings and skies it in the air. Shallow center. It's either the shortstop Jimenez or the second baseman Hernandez. And it will be Jimenez with the catch. So 1 out to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Roy Hunter's been really swinging the bat well. And you take a look at his last 10 hits. 9 of them have been extra base hits, including 3 home runs. O'Hearn singled his first time up, and now he digs in from the left side. They play him to pull. The first pitch is knocked well, right center field and deep. That's a way back, and it'll be up against the wall. O'Hearn charges into second base with a stand-up double. And my goodness, the Royals are getting some good swings on Bieber tonight. To Bieber's credit, though, he's really bowed his neck with runners on base, and that's when he gets the strikeouts, or, like the last inning, a double play. But that missed a home run by about 3 feet. It hit high atop the wall, right near the 387 marker in right center field, that power alley, in between the University of Kansas Health System and United Airlines sign. Now Michael Taylor. O'Hearn has average speed, but they might consider sending him the way Bieber has worked, with runners at third base and less than 2 out. I'm just saying, if Taylor comes through with a hit here. Here's the pitch, a little bit high. Michael with a couple of hits yesterday and had a base hit to center field his first time up today. The outfield arms, all 3 of them are average. Rosario in left, Ramirez in center, Naylor in right. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it is in the dirt. Check swing by Taylor. They appeal, but first base umpire David Rackley said no, he didn't go. So it's a 2-0 count to Michael. Michael's really done a good job taking that ball to the opposite field, and I'm a little surprised they're playing him so far to pull. Did you know that 20 of his 25 hits this year have been to either to center field or to right field? The 2-0 pitch, way high, 3-0. You have the lefty, number 9 batter, Nicky Lopez, on deck. And Bieber, who has incredible command, almost like he's working around Taylor. I mean, he has the best strikeout to walk ratio in Major League history. 5.8 strikeouts to walks. That's pretty incredible. The 3-0 pitch swung on and fouled off. Boy, they gave Taylor the green light. Bieber gave him a fastball that was 92 miles an hour. Taylor a little late on it, fouling it off to the right side. Michael stands up in the box just a bit. The 3-1 pitch, check swing, but he went, and it's 3-2. The Royal fans complaining, but he went well past, and there was no doubt about that. That was a swing, and count full 3-2. So if he's going to go a 3-1 slider, you bet he would go with a 3-2 slider. First base is open. Taylor wants to maintain that discipline. Bieber checks Ryan O'Hearn at second. The pitch, high, ball 4. So he went away from the slider, went back to the up and in fastball, hoping to get Taylor to chase. This is the fourth straight inning the Royals have had base runners. They had Merrifield at third with only one out, couldn't score him. Dozier hit a home run in the second inning. The next two, O'Hearn and Taylor, followed with hits. But Lopez struck out, and so did Witt. Benintendi led off the third inning with a double. And after Santana struck out, Perez singled, but the Royals didn't send Benintendi home. And the next batter, Soler, hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Royals want to come up with at least one here in the fourth. First pitch to Lopez, outside, ball one. That pitch count by Bieber's getting up there. His next pitch will be his 60th. And we're just in the fourth inning. Lopez stands way up in the box, almost straddling home plate. 2 on, 1 out. The 1-0 pitch. The runner, O'Hearn, goes. The throw will be to second base, and they'll catch Taylor there. Oh, man. When O'Hearn broke for third, Taylor was really late in his break, and he's supposed to go as soon as Ryan breaks for third. And Hedges actually had time to fake a throw to third and then go to second. Jimenez with a nice pickup on a one-hopper. All he had to do is place the glove down as Taylor slid into it. So 2 out now with Lopez up. The Royals have been pretty good at their base running in the last couple of weeks. There's a ground ball up the middle, fielded by Jimenez. He'll throw to first, and it gets by the first baseman. A bad throw by Jimenez. The Royals score a run and take a 2-0 lead. So that is a big lift for KC. Jimenez had a routine play. Ground ball up the middle. All he had to do is field it, and he threw it in the dirt. Bowers couldn't come up with it, and it goes all the way back towards the dugout. And checking in, Ryan O'Hearn with the Royals' second run. For Jimenez, who has been brought on defensively the last 2 nights, that's already his 5th error at shortstop this year. So KC gets a break. And now the batter is Merrifield. Hedges, we just saw, has a very good arm. Witt does not, or Nicky Lopez does not go from first base as Witt takes a swing at the first pitch and fouls it out of play, strike one. The Indians lost for a while their top catcher, Roberto Perez, who does most of the starts with Shane Bieber. So Shane is working with a new catcher in Austin Hedges. Hedges, though, all the scouting reports say, very advanced defensively, not so much on the offense. Bieber with the 0-1. Merrifield knocks it to the left side. Jimenez goes the short way to second base. They get the out there, but the Royals score a run on the mistake by Royals. Cap-fed, true blue for over 125 years. To the 5th we go. 1-0 Royals. Here's Stu.
Okay, Fizz, thank you. Josh Naylor to lead off the inning against Singer, and he delivers a slider a little bit outside. Ball 1. Naylor, their right fielder, popped to third his first time. A slight shift around to the right. 2 on each side, but Nicky is pulled over near second base. And an off-speed offering is low. That's a changeup from Singer. Haven't seen a lot of those, but he breaks it out from time to time. With Merrifield playing in short right field. Outfield straight up for this left-handed hitter. Singer's 2-0. Little check swing roller left of the mound, gloving it. Singer, he'll throw it by the first baseman, Santana. It goes off the sidewall, rolls out into shallow right field, so it stayed in play, but the throw was wild, and it's an error on the pitcher. He threw that about 100 miles an hour, too. But just a little wild, and Santana, with the runner coming in at the same time as the ball, he really couldn't reach across into foul territory to catch that because the runner the batter runner Naylor was coming right at him.
Yeah, I don't think Brady realized he had a lot more time than he thought, because Naylor doesn't run that well, and he was still about 20 feet, and he just uncorked it.
Yeah,
it was
he did.
like he was throwing his two-seam fastball.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Harold Ramirez, grounded to second his first time, and he'll foul off the first pitch from Brady, runner at first base. Royals' first error tonight. Cleveland's committed 2 errors tonight. 2-0 Royals, top of the 5th inning. Royals in the home whites. Cleveland with their alternate dark blue tops and the gray pants. No wind tonight. Pleasant night, Kauffman Stadium, 0-1. And a little chopper to the right side with Merrifield to his left. His only play will be first base, and he'll throw over there. Ball wasn't hit hard enough to even think about 2. And then, of course, with Witt was pulled over towards second, he had to go pretty far to his left just to get to that baseball. So he did the smart thing, threw to first for the first out of the inning, but it advances Naylor into scoring position. He's in second with 1 out. The batter will be young shortstop Andres Jimenez, 22 years old, came in 074 his last 10 games. So what does he do his first time up? Bloop hit. First hit for Cleveland tonight. Came in at $172. But 4 doubles and a couple of homers for this left-hand hitter. Came over from the Mets in the Lindor trade. And a fastball, bell tie called to strike. Jimenez, the number 8 hitter in their lineup. Austin Hedges bats 9. So they're 8 hitter tonight hitting $172. Their 9 hitter hitting right at 100. Singer looks into Salvador Perez for a sign. Trying to hold on to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 5th inning from the stretch. Checks the runner at second. Checks him again. Here comes the 0-1. And that hit the batter. It was a foul ball. It got maybe the knob of the bat. It looked like it got him in the arm. And I did hear a little sound, but unfortunately that was the bat. So it's a foul ball. It was way in on him. Just got the knob of the bat just under his lower hand. But here comes the trainer. So might have clipped a little bit of flesh as well.
Yeah, a lot of times when you hold the bat so far down in the handle that it pinches it, and it may have gotten his pinky. And Terry Francona coming out, the skipper, to check on young Jimenez. It's on the left hand.
The count is 0-2. And the batter Jimenez says he's okay. So back to the third base dugout go Terry Francona and the
I take that
Cleveland
back,
trainer.
Stu. That was on the right hand, and that's his throwing hand. So as a shortstop, he already made one bad throw.
Yeah, that
So
lower.
perhaps we'll see another.
Yeah, that lower hand is a left-handed hitter. So he'll stand back in. He wears uniform number goose egg. Slightly open stance for this left-hand batter. 0-2 the count. Singer from the first base side of the rubber checks the runner at second. The 0-2 pitch. And he missed inside with a fastball. Just barely. 1-2.
Yeah, Singer had a reaction like he wanted that one. That was that two-seamer he throws to left-handers and lets it tail back. Thought he had strike 3.
Now Brady's ready again. 1-2. And the pitch. And it's up and in a little bit, and that'll even things at 2-2 after Singer had gotten ahead of this batter 0-2. So Jimenez came in hitting $172. The big name that went the other way in the trade, of course, was Lindor, who played in the first game of the Mets doubleheader with St. Louis. St. Louis winning the first game 4-1. Lindor led off, went 0-3 in that game. He's not playing in game 2. His average by the end of the day was $157. There's a ball fouled back. So at the moment, at least, young Jimenez has a better batting average than the big star that went the other way in the trade. Still 2-2 on Jimenez here in the top of the 5th inning. 0-7-1 for the Royals. 0-3-2 for Cleveland. Royals have lost 3 in a row for the first time this season, trying to stop that right here tonight, but a long way to go. And now another 2-2. And a swing and a hard hit ball pulled foul up the first base line. Singer's kept his pitch count under control tonight. Of course, he hasn't had much traffic on the bases. He had first and third with one out in the third inning. He had a one-out single in the fourth inning. That base runner was erased in a double play. Brady's at 61 pitches here in the fifth. Naylor leads from second base with one down. And another 2-2. And a swing and a pop-up on the infield. In comes Hunter Dozier. Third baseman will make the catch. And Singer's been on his game, and he's induced a bunch of pop-ups tonight, and that's a pretty good sign for him. He got Rosario to pop up in the second inning. Eddie Rosario. Pop up by Ramirez back in the fourth inning. Pop up right there for the second out. And the batter will be their number 9 hitter, Austin Hedges, who has a hit tonight. He came in 3 for 30 on the year, a 100 batting average, but a single to left his first time up.
So he has it almost seems like the last 2 hits he's had are against Brady Singer.
That's right.
The one last
The other
year.
one broke up the no-hitter last year. And the pitch to this right-hand batter, wave and a miss at the first pitch slider. Yeah, since 2019, Hedges batting average coming in of $167, the lowest batting average in the majors. It's like the old joke, somewhere in the world is the worst doctor. You know, somebody's got to have the lowest, but you hate to have it be you. 0-1 the count. Now the runner takes off from second. Pitch is taken outside, throw down to third is late. And a steal by Naylor is his first of the year.
And Stu, I remember I was doing a ball game, a Giants game with Dwayne Kuiper years ago, and we walked out after the game to the parking lot together, and some fan who had a little too much to drink, and he goes, "Hey, Kuiper, you stink. You only had 1 home run." And without skipping a beat, Kuip yelled back, "One more than you."
Dwayne Kuiper, who, of course, there's a pitch. It's a called strike now. Fastball at 95 at the knees. I'm sure he'd heard that before, but yes, very quick on his feet. And of course, we all know, and we love to tease this gentleman about it occasionally, the pitcher he hit his 1 career home run against, none other than Steve Stone.
You bet.
Who won a Cy Young Award and pitched for a long time in the big leagues.
Went down the left field line, barely got over the wall at Old Municipal Stadium.
1-2 the count on Hedges. The pitch is high. And Singer wanted it. He was walking off the hill over toward the Royal dugout, but he'll have to throw at least one more pitch. You hear how the fans feel about it. Nice crowd here tonight as more seating capacity has opened up. It's a nice evening. You got a big pitching match up here on Cinco de Mayo, and the folks are in a festive mood. They want a victory, and right now they want strike 3. Naylor, the runner at third, 2 down, 2-2. Singer delivers, and a swing and a foul back, and Hedges fights it off, stays alive. Hedges now with 4 hits on the year, but 2 of those hits have left the park.
Yeah, he had as many as 18 in 2017 when he was the main catcher for the Padres.
Excellent defensive catcher, of course. And the 2-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider and strands that runner at third base. We go to the 5th inning. Royals trying to add to a 2-0 lead against last year's Cy Young Award winner, Shane Bieber. Royals with 2 runs on 7 hits against him so far tonight. And Benintendi 1 for 2 with a double. And he'll take a first pitch in the strike zone. Strike 1 on Benintendi, who's now hit in 9 straight games with that double. It was his 5th double on the year, and it was perfect for his swing and his approach. It was into the gap in left center, and he takes one up and in. And it's a ball and a strike on Benny with Carlos Santana, Salvador Perez to follow. If somebody gets on, Jorge Soler. Outfield shades him to hit the other way. Pretty shallow in center and left especially, and there's a pitch down low. The infield shifted around to the right, not a complete overshift. But the third baseman, Ramirez, is well off a third. 2-1 now the count as the pitch was low. And the delivery. Swing and a miss at the off-speed offering from the 6'3 righty, Shane Bieber. Benintendi now 4 out of 11 in this series. He had success against Bieber before tonight. He came in a .545 career hitter against him. There's a pitch down and in that almost hit the batter as Shane Bieber hit the deck right there and avoided the baseball. And the count is now full on the Royals left fielder leading off the 5th. Now the payoff. Swing and a ground ball through the shift on the right side, and that's a base hit to lead off the inning, his second hit of the night. He's 2 for 3. And he is now 8 for 14 career against Shane Bieber. So Benintendi, a base runner for Carlos Santana, who has really struggled against his old team. He's now on this season 1 for 19 against Cleveland with 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. The 1 hit was a single on Monday night here. They overshift around to the right for Carlos, batting left-handed. They go straight up in the outfield. And there's a foul ball off the bat of the Royals' first baseman, who's had a wonderful first month plus for the Royals, walking more than he has struck out. He's been an on-base monster. He came in with 18 walks and 17 strikeouts, 4 doubles, 6 homers. Oh and 1. Bieber works from that first base side of the rubber, from the belt, the right-hander. After a long pause, now deals, and now time called right as he was about to deliver by Angel Hernandez, the crew chief and home plate umpire.
You know, we've seen that a couple of times in this series where a pitcher is going into his windup and time is called, and that's really dangerous for a guy who's already in his windup.
That's on the umpire, though.
Yeah, I'm saying, why is he allowing time to be called with the pitcher already breaking his hands?
0-1 on Santana. Now Bieber delivers, and a swing and a ball hit into the air, center field, pretty deep. Harold Ramirez has room, however, as he goes over toward left center. He'll make the catch. Benintendi tags. He thought about going. He takes off, pauses, and the throw is offline, so he'll take second base. So the throw from Harold Ramirez, the center fielder, was over about 30 feet wide of second base, over toward third base, and Benintendi, who went halfway, then he went back a couple of steps. As soon as he saw the throw was offline, he headed to second base, and he's in scoring position.
What was Hernandez doing?
I don't know.
He doesn't either.
Like when they say that a pitcher's wild, home plate is moving around on him, I think second base is moving around on Harold Ramirez there. As the batter is Perez, a single and a strikeout tonight. Hit a monster homer last night, 460 into the fountains. Benintendi leads from second with 1 down. The pitch from Bieber, and it hits Salvi. You can hear him kind of groan right there as the ball got him, and you hear how the hometown fans feel about it. Salvi's a base runner, first and second, 1 out. So they're going to say E8 on the center fielder, allowing Benny to get to second base. Now the Royals have him first and second, and let's see what Soler can do. He has really struggled against Bieber in his career. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's hit the ball hard both times, but both times to the shortstop. A 6-3 and a 6-4-3 double play. He's now 1 for 17 lifetime against Bieber. On the other side of that, you could say he's overdue to do something damaging against this guy from the batter's box. Benintendi at second, Salvi at first, 1 out. Cleveland thinking double play ball. The pitch, and a slider misses down and away. Ball 1 on Jorge Soler. He's still got just 2 homers this year. This is the Royals' 29th game. No wind to help or hurt the batter. It's just him and Bieber. And the 1-0. And he checks and takes it a little low. Hitters count 2-0. on Jorge Soler here in the bottom of the fifth. Royals trying to add to a 2-0 lead after Cleveland won the first two games of this series. There's another game, a finale of this 4-game series tomorrow at 1:10. Long look in to the catcher Hedges by Bieber. Now he's to the belt. Checks Benintendi at second. And the 2-0. And there's a called strike with his cutter on the outer part of the plate. 2-1 the count on the Royals right fielder Soler. On deck is Hunter Dozier, who's red hot. Bieber at 75 pitches here in the fifth inning. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, he was going for the fountains with that swing, but he came up empty on that fastball. 2-2 now on Soler. Deep and straight away in the outfield. '21st of April against Tampa Bay in this ballpark, his last home run. 2-2 right now. First and second, one out. And the pitch. Swing and a foul back. Another big swing, and he fouled a fastball back off to our right.
That game he had in Pittsburgh, Stu, I thought he was about ready to break out because he seemed locked in. 3 hits, all over 100 miles an hour to right field and to center field.
Yeah, using the whole field, and his big swings here have been going for left center and left field. Two-two pitch, swing, and he hammers that one toward the gap in left center field. That's way back, and that'll be up against the fence. 1 run is in. Benintendi scores. They'll send Salvi. He comes around third. He'll score way ahead of the throw. It's a 2-run double by Jorge Soler. And the Royals pad their lead. It's 4-0. And another speeding ticket for one of those baseballs off his bat. That one 108. So he's been 109, 111, and 108 tonight. And that one did not find a fielder's glove. And here comes Carl Willis, their pitching coach, out to talk to the Cy Young Award winner from last year. The Royals lead now is 4-0. Long way to go, but the Royals up 4-0 in what has been a pitcher's duel. But to this point, it's been Singer out pitching Bieber.
And Stu, this is his first non-quality start of the year. This is the first time he's given up more than 3 runs. And he is just here in the 5th inning. And the Royals, I'll be honest with you, they have been squaring up some baseballs because this guy has been flat sensational all year long, giving up only 28 hits in 42 1/3 innings coming into this game. And the Royals already have 9 hits off the defending Cy Young winner.
And he hit a slider that he pulled to the gap in left center. So there right there. Good to see because that pitch has given him some trouble earlier in the year.
Very flat slider, not much depth.
So here is Dozier, who's been on fire, and he homered to left center in the second. It was his 5th of the year. He's also popped to second base. So Lairs at second, 1 out, and a strike in the outside corner from Bieber. Dozier, now 10 of his last 11 hits have been for extra bases. Soler driving in his 15th and 16th runs on the year. As he leads from second. Here's the 0-1. And there's a called strike in the outside corner. So after giving up the big hit, Bieber comes out, throws strike 1, strike 2 to Hunter Dozier. Trevor Stephan is warming in the Cleveland bullpen. Right-hander. .80 pitches now for Bieber. Checks the runner at second. Here's the 0-2 to Hunter, and the breaking ball's down in the dirt. 1-2 the count, with Ryan O'Hearn waiting to hit next. And Dozier came in 6 for 12 his last 3 games. streak. That's 7 for 14 his last 3+ games. 3 doubles, a triple, and now 2 home runs in that span. Great to see him heat up. 1-2 right now. Pitcher's advantage in the count. A check of Soler, another check, and the 1-2. And a swing and a foul back. Pretty good cut by Dozier on that fastball, but he fouled it straight back. 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Royals. 0-3-3 for Cleveland. 1:10 tomorrow. Hope to see you out here for the day game if you have the chance. And then this weekend, tickets available for the White Sox series. 7:10 Friday, 6:10 Saturday, 1:10 on Sunday. Tony La Russa's ball club coming to town. Here's the 1-2. Down in the dirt. Good block by the catcher, Hedges. Two balls, 2 strikes on the Royals' third baseman. Royals with 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and now so far 2 in the fifth. They play straight up for Dozier. Traditional defense become a rarity in baseball. And the 2-2. And a wave and a miss at a breaking ball down in the dirt. And a strikeout by Bieber. And there are 2 outs in the inning. That is Bieber's 6th on the night. And Ryan O'Hearn will stand in. He's had a good night. A single to right, a double to right center, stolen base, and a run scored. So Ryan O'Hearn, who's had kind of spotty playing time since coming up on the last road trip. His double was his first double on the year. He has a couple of homers as well. They overshift, 3 on the right side of second on the infield. And he'll check his swing, I think. Yes, they appeal to third. He didn't go around on the pitch down. 1-0 the count on the Royals DH O'Hearn. He was 1 for 5 Monday night against Cleveland and 2 for 2 tonight. So 3 for 7 in the series. Soler, the runner at second base. And the pitch to Ryan. Fastball up and in, moves him back off the plate. And it's 2-0 on O'Hearn. Michael Taylor waiting to hit next. The White Sox began the day tied for first with the Royals. The White Sox lost today in 10 innings, 1-0 at Cincinnati. Here's the 2-0. And a swing and a miss at a fastball. So 2-1 the count on O'Hearn. Cleveland began the night 1 game behind the Royals, so a Royals win could put the Royals back alone in first place. Long way to go. Been a fun early run to this season. The Royals trying to keep the good times rolling. 2-1 on Ryan O'Hearn. Shane Bieber comes set. Now time will be called. Brady Singer so far tonight. No runs, 3 hits. No walks, 3 strikeouts in his 5 innings of work. Singer at 68 pitches. He has been sharp throughout. And now Bieber wants the catcher Hedges to go through the signs again for him. They shade O'Hearn around to the left a bit in the outfield, where he's been known to hit it the other way, but they expect him to pull if he hits it on the ground. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bieber checks Soler. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a ball pulled foul up the first base line right in front of Rusty Kuntz, first base coach. Royals played Cleveland at their place earlier this year, split 2 games on their first road trip. Well, Cleveland's come to town and come from behind in the first 2 games of this series to beat the Royals 2 straight nights. The Royals trying to turn the tables tonight. A couple of runs in this inning have stretched the lead to 4-0. Here's the 2-2 and a swing and a slicer foul down the left side. That'll be a souvenir down in the lower bowl. With the increased capacity here at the ballpark here for the month of May, obviously that means more densely populated sections, and that's certainly true in the lower bowl, which is great to see. A lot more folks in the lower bowl, and tonight we're seeing a lot more folks in the upper tank as well. On Cinco de Mayo, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ryan O'Hearn. Soler at second, 2 down, bottom of the 5th inning. 4-0 Royals. Bieber delivers, and a swing and a foul off to the right by O'Hearn. DHing tonight. Ever since he's come up, it's been with Soler playing a lot of right field, much more right field than we've seen him play in recent years when he's primarily been DH. Part of that was Soler's had so many injuries in his career. But Soler likes playing out there, and in spring training, the Royals had Soler on right a lot more than in past years, and it's allowing O'Hearn and other guys a little chance to play some more. And there's a wave and a miss and a pitch down in the dirt. He tried to check his swing. He could not. Ball gets away from the catcher. Hedges will throw down to complete that strikeout and end the inning. But the Royals tack on 2 more on a big 2-run double by Jorge Soler. We go to the 6th inning. The Royals lead it 4-0. 10 tomorrow.
Yeah, play a little hooky, come out to the ballpark and enjoy baseball at Kauffman Stadium. Here is Brady Singer. He has been terrific through 5 innings of play. He's allowed just 3 hits, no runs. Royals lead it 4-0, and he'll start with Cesar Hernandez, Jake Bauers, and Jose Ramirez. Fastball runs outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cesar Hernandez, who is 0 for 2 with a ground out and strikeout. The strikeout came at a key point in the game, 3rd inning. Here's the pitch, high and tight. Runners first and third, only 1 out, and the Royals leading 1-0 on the Dozier home run. And Brady was able to sneak a 2-seam fastball on the inside corner late life. Hernandez didn't believe it, but boy, it had late movement. Here's the pitch, a swing, and a ball struck to center field. Taylor going back and makes the catch. 1 out. Well, he challenged him with the count 2-1. Hernandez made good contact, but flies out to dead center field. Now Jake Bauers will be the batter. He is 0 for 2 on the night. A ground out to second, a fly out to left. He was part of the 3-team Santana deal that brought Carlos back to Cleveland when Jake also came to Cleveland, but it was 3 teams, Cleveland, Philadelphia, and Seattle all involved. Count 1 ball and no strikes to Jake Bauers. Left-handed batter, good power. Grew up in Huntington Beach, California. Brady's been working him up and in. The 1-0 pitch, bid outside, 2-0. Singer right now at 74 pitches, beginning his 6th inning of work. He's gone as far as 7 innings this year. That was the start before his last in Detroit, and he was terrific. Gave up just 3 hits. The pitch, outside, 3-0. And that's a rare 3-0 count for Singer tonight. He has yet to walk a batter. He's allowed the leadoff man on only 1 time, and that was because of his mistake, an error on his throw, which allowed Naylor to reach in the 5th. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike and a 3-1 count. That start that Brady had in Detroit, did not walk a man, struck out 8, tied his career high. The 3-1 pitch, outside, ball 4. And this is the 3rd time through the order. So that is always a bit of a challenge, but the one thing he did not want to do was walk a guy in front of the great Jose Ramirez. But when you look deeper into that Detroit ball game, which was his best start this year, 3rd time through the order and beyond, because a lot of times he faced them the 4th time, the Tigers were only 1 for 17, and I think Cal Eldred must have noticed something, because he's jogging out to the mound, the Royals pitching coach, and almost all of the misses by Brady were up and away from the left-handed batter, Bauers. And sometimes that tells you his front shoulder might be opening up too soon. The entire infield is on the mound visiting. no appointment yet from Angel Hernandez. Usually he'll walk out to the mound, but right now Salvi just patted Cal Eldred on the back, and Cal will head back to the dugout. Singer will go back to work. Royals lead it 4-0. They scored a run in the second inning and the home run by Hunter Dozier. Another in the fourth inning on an error by the shortstop Jimenez, and two on a two-run double by Jorge Soler in the fifth inning. Singer ready. The first pitch to Jose Ramirez is a sinking fastball outside corner at the knees. Strike one. This was the team that Brady made his major league debut on last July 25th. The 0-1 is a bit low. In that game, he gave up 2 runs in 5 innings. And we told you about the best start in his career, his near no-hitter, September 10th. It was broken up with 2 out in the 8th inning by Austin Hedges. The 1-1 pitch jammed him inside, tried to check his swing, and it is a sinking fastball that caught the inside corner. Advantage Singer at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Three infielders in the right side. Santana is holding the runner at first. Bowers. The 1-2. Ramirez takes a ball in the dirt, and it clipped away from Salvador Perez, but not far enough to advance Bowers from first to second base. Count evens at 2-2. The Royals already have their backup catcher on the injured list, on the 7-day concussion protocol list. That's Cam Gallagher. They have Sebastian Rivero as the backup right now. Brady comes set. Brings the pitch home. And he came inside too far and hits Jose Ramirez. And right now, it looks like Mike Matheny, not sure because he wants to see did the ball come inside and hit Ramirez's bat. Jose is jogging to first base. It came in. Yeah, I can't tell, but it may have hit his pinky finger that was on the bat. And right now, the umpires will take a look and talk with New York. Right now, Ramirez has moved to first base. That would push Bowers to second base with Eddie Rosario coming up. And while we have a moment with the Royals leading 4-0, let's pause for station identification on the Kansas City Royals Radio Network.
The Whit Merrifield Show, Mondays at 11 this season on Cody and Gold, and the exclusive home for Royals baseball. 610 Sports Radio, KCSP Kansas City, WDAF HD2 Liberty, and Odyssey Station.
Critical moment in this ball game at Kauffman Stadium with the Royals leading 4-0, but a rally starting by the Indians. A walk and now a hit batter, but they're conferring in New York on whether Jose Ramirez was hit on the hand of the pitch that was riding in on Ramirez. Stu, I can't really tell. They're showing the replay, and I mean, they're freezing it right at the point of contact.
It looked like it might have grazed his bat handle, but then he extended his fingers of his left hand kind of below the bat, and the question is, did it graze his fingers maybe? But it looks like it might have just grazed that bat handle.
And they're saying he gets first base. So the call stands on the field. Runners first and second for Cleveland. Singer has to go back to work facing the 4-5 hitters for the Indians. Royals try to grab a victory from the Cleveland Indians. Cleveland has won 10 of the last 12 meetings at Kauffman Stadium going back to July 19th. To July of 2019, I beg your pardon. So 2 on with 1 out. The batter, Rosario, he has good power, 3 home runs this year. First pitch by Singer. Misses high and outside, ball 1. And the crowd getting a little unsurly. They didn't like the call, but it came from the umpires not only here, but back in New York. Rosario's popped up and singled to right. He hit it well when he dropped that ball in the gap into right center field. Tough guy to get out. Strong hands, quick wrists. The 1-0 pitch, foul back, and he was on that pitch at 92. It was a little bit up, not where Singer wanted it, and fouled straight back, which tells you he had timed it well but got underneath. Rosario has had a tough time facing right-handed pitchers this year, even though he's a lefty. He has just 6 hits in 44 times up against righties, and Singer would love to keep that ball low and maybe get a lane ball from Rosario and get 2 outs on 1 pitch. The 1-1, a swing and a foul back, 1-2. Reyes waiting his turn on deck. The Royals with 4 runs on 9 hits. The Indians with no runs on 3 hits. White Sox lost today to Cincinnati 1-0 in 10 innings. So the Royals currently have a half-game lead in the Central. Singer gets the sign from Salvador Perez. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. A swing and a fly ball struck well to left center field, and that's trouble. Taylor will not reach it. In comes 1. Ramirez right behind. He will score, and it's 4-2 on the double by Rosario. And the crowd at Kauffman is howling their displeasure. That was a great example of Rosario's quick wrist just snapping at that baseball and striking it. Michael Taylor made a great effort to get there, but had such a long way to go. It soared over his head by a good 10 feet for a 2 RBI double. And now the tying run will come to the plate in Franmil Reyes. Cleveland has been a comeback team this year. They have 10 come from behind victories, second to Boston's 12. Singer's first pitch to Reyes, upstairs, ball 1. And Brady right now at 86 pitches. The Royals getting their bullpen busy. Scott Barlow begins to throw. You'd love to see Singer give his team at least 6. Here's the pitch off the plate. But he was really controlling the count very well first 5 innings. He has not in this inning after getting Hernandez to fly out. Fell behind, Bowers walked him, then hit Ramirez. Both have scored on the double. The 2-0 is way high, 3-0. Brady was able to get out of a couple of crises earlier in this game. One on that strikeout of Hernandez with runners in the corners, and then got Bowers, and also got a key double play in the 4th. The 3-0 pitch misses, ball 4. So a walk, a hit batter, a double, and now another walk. And what is Mike Matheny going to do? Mike has just asked Salvador Perez to go out and visit with Brady Singer, because I don't think Barlow is ready to throw in that Royals bullpen, as Singer has gone 5 1/3 innings tonight, but a lot of pitches in this 6th inning. He had not walked a batter until this inning, and now 2 walks and a hit batter tells you his command is wavering. Barlow continues to throw. And he just nodded yes that he is ready to Larry Carter, the bullpen coach. Singer going back to work now with runners first and second, just one out. Tying runs are on. Naylor, who has had a very good series with a couple of hits. 4 hits by, as a matter of fact, in the first 2 games. Pickoff play on, and awfully close. Singer's throw was a perfect one, and they were almost able to catch Eddie Rosario, and now they're saying that Singer balked. And Matheny's coming out and jawing at Angel Hernandez, who called the balk. That will move runners into second and third with still just 1 out. Matheny is furious. It was an excellent throw by Brady Singer, right in the bag, and almost got Rosario. But Angel Hernandez, who took a lot of heat for his confusion on a call in center field, saying the pixels in the center field, and he's just thrown Mike Matheny out of the ball game. And I think Cal Eldred too. Yeah, I haven't seen this kind of fury from Cal Eldred ever. He is protecting his pitcher, and Matheny is holding him back right now. But this has been Angel Hernandez's history in Major League Baseball. He has a short fuse, and he challenges managers. And Cal Eldred, I have never seen him this angry. Matheny is still face nose to nose with Angel Hernandez. He's been thrown out of the game too. So the Royals fighting to stay ahead in this ball game. They came to the inning leading 4-0. Singer has given up 2 runs, and now a balk has taken away that opportunity to get the double play, the traditional double play. So Pedro Grifol, and I saw the pickoff move, and Denny, I didn't see a balk. I'm not sure what you saw. He came set. Oh, and a little stutter. I didn't see the stutter. So Singer trying to calm down after his skipper and pitching coach were just thrown out of the ball game. The batter is Naylor. Runners second and third, 1 out. Brady comes set. The pitch to Naylor, outside, ball 1. Naylor's popped up and reached on an error. He is 0 for 5 in his career against the Royals right-hander. The 1-0 pitch. Naylor swings. Ground ball, Santana. Carlos looked home. Now comes back to first. Records the out. The run scores from third. It's a 4-3 ball game. But Santana with a marvelous play to dive and backhand it. He looked home for a moment and then said, no, I've got to get this sure out, and he took it. An RBI to Naylor. A 4-3 ball game. And Pedro Grifol will now take out Brady Singer and bring on Scott Barlow. And this is a wise move simply because, Stu, Singer was falling behind at the count. A couple of walks, a hit batter, the balk. And now Singer's going to get thrown out of the ball game. And Whit Merrifield is holding him back after Singer started jawing at Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, you got to watch yourself because you don't want to get suspended and have to miss a start or something, or get put.
Called up from their alternate site the other day, and he has been outstanding in the first two games, going 4 for 9 with a couple of doubles, and they were all key hits in either tying the game or giving his team the lead. So he's a dangerous batter up right now, with the Royals holding a 4-3 lead in the 6th. Barlow to the plate. Ramirez swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scott has been one of the Royals' better relievers this year, a 2.81 ERA, 16 innings. This is his 15th appearance. The 1-1 pitch barely misses outside, 2-1.
Well, it's a shame, though, Fizz, because Singer was just cruising through this game, and I was hoping the Royals might get, 6 or 7 innings out of him tonight, maybe even more, but things just didn't go as well in this inning. Obviously, the umpire situation didn't help, but just wasn't as sharp in this inning either.
Here's the 2-1, and Ramirez swings and misses on a good slider that swept down and away from him. But quite frankly, Brady didn't have the command in the 6th inning that he did in the first 5 innings.
Exactly.
That wasn't the case. It was Angel Hernandez getting involved to get the young pitcher fired up, and that balk move had a lot to do with it and cost the Royals a run. Here's the pitch. A swing, ground ball, third. Dozier has it across the diamond, right on the money. Out at first is Ramirez.
Season, let's hope we have a winner, Fizz, as Michael Taylor leads off.
Indeed, and the first pitch is a slider up from Shane Bieber. Royals would like to grab that momentum back after they led 4-0, and Cleveland put a 3 spot on the board. There is a foul back by Taylor. 1 ball and 1 strike. Michael has been on twice with a single and a walk. Bottom of the order has done a good job. O'Hearn with 2 hits. Taylor's been on twice. Lopez has been on once. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Michael chops it at the plate and fouls it off. You would think that this would be Bieber's final inning. He is at 94 pitches, and he has been taxed every single frame. He's had base runners on throughout, 12 base runners. The most pitches he's thrown this year, 119, and that was in a loss to the Yankees. Pitch to Taylor. Check swing on a pitch high. Evens the count at 2-2. Taylor, Lopez, Merrifield here in inning number 6. They had a right-hander stepping up in the bullpen earlier. He's now sitting down. Taylor tried to check his swing and a slider, and they appealed to the first base umpire, David Rackley, and he said he went around, and that is strikeout number 8 for Shane Bieber, and that continues his incredible record. He has struck out at least 8 batters in 18, now 19 straight starts. The longest in Major League history. He already eclipsed the great Randy Johnson, who did it 17 straight. And now Nicky Lopez. He reached on an error that right now might be the difference in the game. Here's a check swing and a slider low. They appeal, but there is no appeal as Hernandez says, no, I'm calling it a strike. Angel Hernandez just seems to be involved in every single fracas every time we see him. He is almost one of those umpires who wants a confrontation. Here's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. They should basically be invisible arbiters. Bieber to Lopez. Swung on, fouled off. Bieber knows he's back in the game, and the way his team has come back of late. 10 comebacks this year. Indians came in 15-13, 1 game back of Kansas City and Chicago. White Sox lost earlier today, 1-0. Royals lead in this one, 4-3. The 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, struck him out. So that's 9 strikeouts tonight for Bieber. What did they say? It's a foul ball. I beg your pardon. The catcher did not hold on. So Nicky is still alive at 0-2. Go ahead and slap one to the whole left side, Nicky. Here's the pitch. Now he does swing and miss and strike out. Ball in the dirt, picked up by the catcher. And he tosses to first base for the 9th strikeout for Shane Bieber. Well, he all of a sudden has found his groove because the Royals were knocking him around considerably through 5 innings. But at the end of the 5th inning, after giving up the double to Jorge Soler on a hanging slider, he has struck out 4 straight. Dozier, O'Hearn, Taylor, and Lopez. Now Whit Merrifield. Whit takes low, slider, ball 1. Whit reached on an infield hit, went to second base on an error in the 1st inning. Struck out looking on a 2-seam fastball in the 2nd and grounded out in the 4th. Now a pitch misses to make it 2-0. Whit with 499 hits since the beginning of the 18 season, the most of any major leaguer. The 2-0 is fouled off. Now it's 2-1. Cleveland wins on their pitching. They came in with a team ERA at 3.76. Batting just .210, but very opportunistic in tonight's ball game. The 2-1 pitch, a swing and a drive to center field, and deep, but not deep enough as Harold Ramirez goes back and makes the catch at the warning track. 3 up, 3 down. To the 7th we go.
Through 5, and just kind of ran out of gas in the 6th, so let's see how Scott Barlow can do here in the 7th.
Yeah, it's really amazing how Cleveland takes advantage of every opportunity. A walk, a hit batter, and both of those guys scored in that 6th inning. And a balk led the way to the 3rd run. Now we go to the top of the 7th inning. Hitters 8, 9, and 1 will be coming up. First pitch to Andres Jimenez is outside for ball 1. Jimenez 1 for 2. Left-handed batter. Barlow with a mid-90s fastball. Very good curve and slider. 1-0 pitch. Misses away. 2-0. Barlow. Left-handers are hitting .267 against Scotty. Right-handers just .242. Jimenez is a lefty. Hedges is a righty. Got to attack this guy. Only batting .182 this year. Here's the pitch. In there. And he went with the slider. Quite frankly, I think he has better command of his breaking pitches than he does his fastball. And he goes with a 2-1, 2-0 slider to get the count to 2-1. Next pitch is swung on, foul back by Jimenez. That'll even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is where Salvador is very good, where he knows that Barlow likes to throw that breaking ball that it hits in the dirt, so he'll have to smother it. We told you about the John Means no-hitter today, where he would have had a perfect game, but he struck a batter out, ball in the dirt, got away, and that was the only base runner of the game, and John Means no-hitter. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Check swing, he went. You bet. Salvi, ball in the dirt. He throws on to first. That's a strikeout. And Barlow picks up his first strikeout of the evening. Jimenez just could not hold up on that breaking ball. And that bounced in front of the plate. Now the batter will be Austin Hedges. Hedges 1 for 2. It was a single that hit off of the end of the glove of Hunter Dozier into left field. Royals with 4 runs on 9 hits. Cleveland with 3 runs on 4 hits. The pitch, a swing and a foul off by Hedges. Strike 1. Well, the Royals got a good bounce-back game by Brady Singer after that rough outing in Minnesota where he was knocked out of the game in the second inning after taking a line smash from Josh Donaldson off of his left heel. Boy, he looked terrific through 5. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. 0-2. Singer's final line, 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And both walks came in the 6th inning. Barlow has Hedges down in the count. The right-hander delivers. Swung on and missed. Struck him out on a slider at 87. Back-to-back strikeouts by Barlow. Boy, he really has them chasing. Both sliders to Jimenez and Hedges were not strikes. The one to Jimenez bounced, we told you, in front of the plate, and the one to Hedges in the dirt right in front of Salvi. Now the batter is Cesar Hernandez, and he takes outside ball 1. Hernandez 0 for 3 on the night. Ground out, a strikeout, a fly out. Dozier in at third. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed, 1-1. Brian Shaw is warming for Cleveland. We figured Bieber was done because he was over 100 pitches, and every single inning except the 6th inning was very taxing. The 1-1, a swing and a pop-up, left side, easy play for Benintendi. He is there for the catch, and Scott Barlow.
Today's a 6:10 start, and Sunday a 1:10 before the Royals hit the road, Fizz. And they were just playing the song Born to Be Wild. I think if you were going to describe Brian Shaw's career, you could say he was born to be a Cleveland Indian. I mean, he was great for them for so long. He left, went to Colorado. Things didn't go well, but boy, he looks as good as ever now.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of cut fastballs, one after the other, and he still can throw in the mid-90s. He's pitched in 12 games this year, has a solid ERA of 2.19. And he will face Andrew Benintendi to start things. First pitch to Andrew in there, strike 1. Benintendi, Santana, and Perez. If anybody gets on, Jorge Soler. Shaw now 33 years of age in his 10th big league season. Benintendi sends one to the left side, fielded by Jimenez, throws it in the dirt, but picked by the first baseman Bowers for the out. Boy, Jimenez has been a little shaky out at short. And that throw is about 15 feet short and double bounced to Bowers at first. Still the play goes 6-3. And there's one out in the 7th inning, and now Shaw will face Carlos Santana. Carlos looking for a big hit in this series. And as Stu told you, he is now 1 for 20 against his old team. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Jacob Junis starting to warm in the Royals bullpen. Barlow has only thrown 16 pitches to get 4 outs. Here is the 1-0 pitch, and it is low and in. Josh Stallman has worked back-to-back nights. The count has fallen to 2-0. Shaw to Santana, and Carlos goes after the next cut fastball and pulls it foul over near the Royals dugout. Salvador Perez is waiting on deck. 1 out, nobody on. 4-3. KC has the lead over Cleveland. Royals had a 4-0 lead, but Cleveland dropped 3 on Singer in the 6th. There's the 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed, 2-2. That time a changeup, and Carlos was way out in front. Everything that Brian Shaw throws moves. Nothing is straight. Everything is either cutting in or like that changeup fading down. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, knocked foul. 3 infielders on the right side with Bowers at first, deep. Hernandez in shallow right field, about 20 feet out. Pulled over on the right side is Jimenez. Jose Ramirez is way over towards second base. There's about 70 feet from the foul line and left to where Ramirez is playing. And here's a swing and a miss by Santana on the ball in the dirt. He strikes out, and Shaw gets the first 2 batters here in the 7th. That will bring up Salvador Perez. Boy, Santana, you don't see him swing at too many pitches that outside the zone. And he chased the ball in the dirt and strikes out.
It's like his old team has cast a spell upon him.
1 for 21 this year against the ball club that he pretty much grew up with. Now first pitch to Salvador Perez. High and tight, ball 1. Salvi 1 for 2. He needs 1 home run to tie Frank White for 6th in Royals history with 160. Why not now? Why not set that mark right here, right now? Give the Royals a little insurance. The 1-0 pitch. This is low and outside. 2-0. Perez with great power to all fields. He hit one 460 feet into the drink in left center field last night for his 7th home run. The pitch is fouled off. 2-1. Yeah, it seems like Shaw only pitches well in Cleveland. As you talked about, Stu, he was terrible in Colorado. He had a rough time in Arizona, but now back in Cleveland, pitching extremely well.
It's like that Cleveland uniform is his Superman costume or something.
He comes set, has the count, 2 balls, 1 strike to Salvador Perez. Pitches low in the dirt.
They wouldn't let him wear it in Colorado and Arizona.
Guess not. Colorado, I understand because of the high altitude.
Yeah, and Arizona's no day at the beach either. I mean, they're the 2nd highest elevation. Admittedly, that's not Colorado, but not an easy place to pitch either.
Here's the 3-1. Salvi swings, pops it up. Right side, shallow. Naylor comes on and makes the catch.
110 against Tony La Russa's bunch.
All right, Steve. So Jacob Junis will try to redeem from Monday night when he took the loss. So he certainly has incentive to do well, but he has the tough part of the order and a sharply hit ground ball, but right at Santana, who steps on first. And Jake Bowers, after Junis' first pitch, is out 3 unassisted. That will bring up Jose Ramirez, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch, allegedly, and then scored in the 6th inning. Junis brings it home and throws a strike. Jake on Monday night pitched a 1-2-3 6th inning, but then was tagged for 5 hits, including 2 home runs. Here's a pitch low, and the count is even 1-1. Eddie Rosario hit a 3-run home run, and then John Naylor homered with the man on against Junis, and Jake absorbed the loss. 1-1 pitch is belted deep right field and gone. Jose Ramirez has tied this game. So the Indians continue to haunt Jacob Junis. Ramirez got a pitch to pull, and he put a good swing on it. Banged it over the right field fence. It is a 4-4 tie. So the Royals have dissipated their 4-0 advantage. And now they're in another dogfight with the Indians. who continue to show an amazing proclivity for coming back. Here is Rosario, who doubled in 2 runs in the 6th inning. He's also singled and flied out to left. Jake's pitch is a little bit high and tight, ball 1. Rosario up there left-handed, bouncing ball to first. Big hop for Santana, steps on first. That's 2 out. So 2 ground balls to first, but sandwiched in between was the home run by Ramirez. That brings up Reyes. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Jake Junis, as a starter this year, has permitted just 9 earned runs in 21 innings. It figures out to a 3.8 earned run average. Pitches outside, ball 1. But coming out of the bullpen, Jacob Junis started this with a 12.27 ERA, given up 5 earned runs in 3 2/3, and now it's 6 runs and ball 2, 2-0. So a stark contrast between Junis coming out of the bullpen and the way Jacob has pitched as a starter. And the pitch is low, and the count is 3-0 to a very dangerous and powerful hitter, Franmil Reyes. And he, no doubt, can swing at this 3-0 pitch if he likes it. He liked it, but he missed it. 3 balls, 1 strike. Say one thing, he wasn't cheated. Jacob got the fastball by him. Still a hitter's count. 3-1 pitch. Strike 2. Bases empty, 2 out, 8th inning. A 4-4 tie. Royals about hit the Indians 9-5. 3-2 pitch. Grounded to the mound. 1 hop to Junis. Flips to first. Inning over, but the home run by Ramirez has tied the game.
Duffy on the hill. He's been the Royals' best starter. And Royals are hoping they'll be going for a split tomorrow, but a lot of work remains to be done, Denny, as the Royals come up in a tie game here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, the Indians just keep coming back. Tough keeping them down. And Whitgren, who did pitch 1 inning last night, it was a 1-2-3 7th inning, and he faced Benintendi, Santana, and Perez. Tonight, it will be Soler, Dozier, and O'Hearn. Nick Whitgren, right-hander, brings it in to Soler, and a strike, a fastball, got the outside corner. Soler doubled, drove in 2 runs in the 5th inning. He's 1 out of 3. He's also hit 2 ground balls to shortstop, and he's had good swings the entire game. The 0-1 pitch on the inside corner. So Whitgren went away with a strike, and now he comes and hits the inside edge. And he has Soler by the neck at the moment, 0-2. Dozier next. The 0-2 pitch coming. And it's in the dirt. Whitgren came to Cleveland from Miami. That was in 2019. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch to Soler. Missed the outside corner with a fastball. So from 0-2 to 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out. 2-2 pitch to Soler. Outside. So a full count. So, Soler figures to see something to swing at. 3-2 pitch from Nick Whitgren. He swings and misses, does Soler, and down he goes. So Whitgren found a 3-2 pitch to get past Soler, and that's one away. And that brings up Hunter Dozier, who started things for the Royals with one out in the second inning with his 5th home run. Now Soler doubled and drove in 2 runs in the 5th inning. Since then, the Royals have not had a base runner. Right-hander's pitch to Dozier. Good swing. He fouled it straight back. We were talking about the Cleveland bullpen last inning, and the thing about them is, and they're very effective, but they don't have many guys that nibble. Boy, they come in and challenge. It's almost as though they say, well, here's what I've got. If you can hit me, good for you. And boy, Dozier's had 2 aggressive swings and 2 aggressive pitches. So aggression against aggression. But now Hunter Dozier will be hitting from the hole, the count 0-2. Wade Davis works in the Royals bullpen. 4-4. Royals batting bottom of the 8th. Pitch to Hunter Dozier is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the 9th inning, the Indians will have their 6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Dozier's been swinging a hot bat. The pitch, swing and a miss. Whitgren got him with an off-speed pitch and had Hunter Dozier out in front. So the Royals, give me a minute here to count them out. Soler's double, and I just talked about it, with 2 on in the 5th inning. Since then, 7 times the Royals have struck out. So the Royals' offense has really hit an air pocket since that 2-base hit. Now O'Hearn, and he takes one right down the chute, strike 1. Bieber went 6. Shaw pitched the 7th, and now Whitgren here in the 8th. And the 0-1 pitch in tight. 1-1 to O'Hearn. O'Hearn is singled, doubled, struck out. After his 4th inning double, he scored a run. Cleveland in a shift for the left-handed hitting O'Hearn. And this pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike. Final game of the series tomorrow afternoon. Danny Duffy goes for the Royals. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ryan O'Hearn, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Danny Duffy tomorrow will be after win number 5. His mound opponent, right-hander Tristan McKenzie. McKenzie is 0-1 with a 6.27 earned run average. 2-2 on Ryan O'Hearn. And Whitgren, a long look at his catcher, and now brings it in. Oh boy, that barely missed. That is a tough take right there. Whitgren trying to nick the inside corner at the knees and did not get the call. So Whitgren with another 3-2 count comes set and comes to the plate. Swing and a foul ball straight back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 out. O'Hearn with a total of 6 hits this year. 2 of the 6 have left the ballpark. A 4-4 tie here in the 8th. And Whitgren's next pitch is swung on and missed. He strikes out the side.
As for feature stories, game day information, Royals stats, exclusive offers, and more, visit Royals.com/publications to catch the new edition today. And Wade Davis is on, Denny, to try to keep it 4-4 here in the top of the 9th inning. It's been tortoise and hare. Cleveland has been the winning tortoise the first couple of games. The Royals trying to buck that trend here tonight.
Yeah, the Indians have been very resilient, to say the least. Wade Davis pitched a 1-2-3 9th inning last night. And he faced the tough part of their order last night, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Tonight, you'll get Naylor, Ramirez, and Jimenez. That would be the 6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters in their lineup. Naylor takes the first pitch a little bit high and outside. Josh Naylor grounded out his last time up, and in so doing drove in a run. Officially, he is 0 for 3. Left-handed batter. Wade Davis brings it home, and a fastball just off the outside corner, 2-0. That didn't miss by much. Jose Ramirez, 1-out home run in the 8th inning, tied the game. So 4 runs, 9 hits for the Royals, 4 runs, 5 hits for Cleveland. The 2-0 pitch. And it's high, ball 3, 3-0. The Cleveland bullpen has retired 11 straight since that 2-run double by Soler. Wade Davis needs to throw a strike. The 3-0 delivery. He does, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. This is the 30th time that Wade Davis has faced the Cleveland Indians. Swing and a miss. So from 3-0 to 3-2. Against the Indians in his career, Wade Davis has won 3, lost 3, saved 4, given up 17 earned runs in 45 innings. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the Cleveland leadoff man here in the 9th. Davis brings it home. In a drive, deep right field, down the line, and gone. Josh Naylor. So Wade fell behind 3-0, got the count back full, 3-2, and then left the pitch out over the plate, and Naylor nailed it. It is 5-4 Cleveland.
Yeah, they have been ridiculously hot lately, winning 7 of the last 9 ball games. But the Royals have been spinning their wheels of late. I mean, Denny, you take a look back, the last 8 games, the Royals have now been outscored 23-4 in the 7th inning or later.
It's not a formula for success. Now Ramirez, the batter, and he swings and fouls it off, strike 1. Ramirez has grounded out 3 times. Twice to Merrifield. Last time thrown out by the third baseman, Hunter Dozier. Nothing in 1. In comes a pitch, and it's low and inside. In the bottom of the 9th, the Royals will have Michael Taylor, Nicky Lopez, and Whit Merrifield scheduled. The Royals bullpen has been very leaky in this series. Wade Davis delivers high, 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2 solo home runs here in the last 2 innings, breaking the Royals' advantage. Now the pitch, and a little bit high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Leadoff home run by Josh Naylor. 5-4 Cleveland. Now the pitch. Pop foul off first will find the seats. The Indians on their current road trip are trying to go to 5-1. The Indians have won 3 in a row. They have won 7 of their last 9. And a lot have come from behind victories for the Cleveland Indians. Chopped foul over toward the third base dugout. The Indians now have 10 come from behind wins in their first 28 games. Three balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch to Ramirez, and a swing and a miss. So Davis gets Harold Ramirez, and up comes Andres Jimenez. He is 1 out of 3, singled his first time up. Steve Stewart has been, as always, scoreboard watching tonight. Was some interesting goings on in baseball today, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Local boy makes good.
Mm-hmm.
John Means business. John Means. No hitter for Baltimore today.
Swing and a miss, Jimenez.
Scoreboard update brought to you by Price Chopper, feeding your hunger. First Baltimore no-hitter since Jim Palmer in your first year on the air here today in 1969.
Wow.
I mean, that's a long, long time, as you know.
I do indeed. Wade Davis a little bit inside there, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
It was the 10th no-hitter in the history of the franchise, which, of course, began in St. Louis from 1901 to 1953, where they had 4 no-hitters in that time period, and they've now had 6 as the O's.
1-1 pitch. Tapped foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the O's have had some tremendous pitchers
Boy, they
through
sure
the
have.
years.
Yeah, no kidding. And what was really amazing is I saw the box score before I heard any of the details, and I was looking and seeing, okay, he didn't walk anybody, he didn't hit anybody, you know, and I'm like, there were no errors in the game. It's like, how in the heck did somebody get on base? He had 12 strikeouts, and then we realized, and then I see wild pitch, and it was a strikeout wild pitch. It was the only base runner of the game for Seattle. Amazing. So 6-0 Baltimore wins there. The Cardinals won first game of the doubleheader against the Mets by a 4-1 count after they got rained out yesterday.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Wade Davis brings it in to Jimenez, and another foul ball back at the plate.
In the second game, the Mets are up 7-2 in the 7th inning. Of course, they're 7-inning games for these doubleheaders. Speaking of St. Louis, Denny, the Cardinals announced that they will be inducting Keith Hernandez into their Hall of Fame this year. That's an overdue honor, you would think. Maybe there was a little bit of bad blood a while back because they traded him away, but he sure had some good years there.
2-2 pitch is fouled off, so Jimenez giving Wade Davis a pretty good tussle here. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 in. The home run by Naylor to break the 4-4 tie. So Ramirez homered off Junis in the 8th, and now Naylor homering off Wade Davis here in the 9th. Swing and a miss. So Wade has bounced back with back-to-back strikeouts after the home run on a 3-2 pitch. That will bring up Austin Hedges. He's 1 out of 3, a single.
Cincinnati beat the White Sox this afternoon at Great American Ballpark 1-0 in 10 innings. Sonny Gray and Dallas Keuchel obviously both had great outings. They both went 7 scoreless innings. Dallas Keuchel, though, hit Joey Votto and fractured his thumb, and he'll be out at least 3 weeks.
Wade Davis getting the sign, brings it home, swing and a miss. Karinchak, by the way, right-hander working in the Cleveland bullpen. No balls, 1 strike on Austin Hedges, number 9 hitter, the Indians catcher. Davis brings it in. Swing and a foul ball.
Rangers are at Minnesota, and the Rangers have a 3-1 lead as they play in the bottom of the 9th right now. 1 out for the Twins in the bottom of the 9th inning, down 2. Detroit in a battle throughout the evening with the first place Boston Red Sox, and they were tied after 9. They're in the 10th inning. The Tigers have scored 3 in the top of the 10th, so they lead 6-3 in the 10th inning right now. Detroit does.
His pitch is down. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Austin Hedges. 5-4 Cleveland here in the 9th. And again, the Royals will have their 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up in the bottom. 1-2. Advantage, Wade Davis. And his pitch to the right-handed hitting catcher is swung on and missed. So he yields a home run on a 3-2 pitch and then strikes out the side. At the bottom of the 9th, Michael Taylor will lead off. He's been on base twice. He's walked single. Last time up, he struck out. "12 Royals in a row have been retired since the 2-run double by Soler in the 5th inning. That double gave the Royals a 4-0 lead. First pitch from Karinchak is right in there, strike 1. Karinchak gave up a 2-run home run to Hunter Dozier in the first game of the series on Monday night. James Karinchak brings it in, swing and a miss. And Taylor finds himself trailing in the count 0-2. Karinchak is a power pitcher, a strikeout pitcher. Been very effective over his last 8 games. Throws it up too high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. His last 8 innings, he's permitted just 1 hit with 19 strikeouts. One ball, 2 strikes to right-handed hitting Michael Taylor. The pitch. High pop foul. This one drifting toward the seats near the Royals dugout, and it will not be playable. It bounces right on top of the first base dugout and kicks back well into the seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Karinchak has struck out 19 of the last 27 hitters that he has faced. Signal given. And Karinchak from the belt brings it to Taylor, and it's a little bit tight. 2-2 to the Royals leadoff man. So important to get the leadoff hitter on. Karinchak, 6'3", 215. He's 25. Now time called at home plate. Karinchak, 27 games last year for the Cleveland Indians. 53 strikeouts against just 16 walks. 2.6 ERA. 2-2. And the next one to Taylor is high, ball 3. Well, a 3-2 pitch proved to be very decisive in the top of the ninth. 3-2 was the count on the Cleveland home run. Now 3-2 on the leadoff man, Taylor. Karinchak brings it in on the hands and fouled back. So good duel here between Taylor and the Cleveland right-hander. Michael Taylor with very good speed. Boy, it'd be great to get him on base. And Nicky Lopez could perhaps move him along. Then you have the top of the order. So this is a huge pitch. The 3-2 to Taylor. Swing and a miss. That is huge. Boy, the Royals, again, since Soler's double, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts. 9 strikeouts since that one-out double back in the 5th inning.
14 for the ball game, and they've really done a good job making contact the last 3 weeks coming into this game.
Now Nicky Lopez. Nicky 0 for 3. Pitch is made, and it's on target, strike one. Nicky Lopez has shown that he's a very good bunter and a good drag bunt. He's a left-handed batter. That this guy would be somewhat difficult to bunt, perhaps. I say that because his command isn't that great, as he shows with that pitch, which was way low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Nicky's mindset is just choke up on the bat. Don't try to do too much. Just get the bat on the ball, put it in play. See if he can accomplish that on the 1-1 pitch. He chops it foul, and the count the pitcher's way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whit Merrifield is on deck. One ball, 2 strikes. 5-4, Cleveland, 9th inning. James Karinchak getting the sign. And the Cleveland pitcher from the belt. In comes a pitch, and it's low and inside. Royals had a 4-0 lead. Cleveland got 3 in the 6th. And then solo home runs in innings 8 and 9. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch from the right-hander. Lopez tried to save his swing but couldn't. Ball in the dirt. They throw to first to complete yet another strikeout. So now it's Whit Merrifield. Nicky tried to save his swing on that breaking ball that made it to the dirt. Nicky could not check his swing in time. And now it'll be interesting to see what Karinchak throws on the first pitch to Whit. You know what Merrifield is thinking. Get something to drive, get something to pull, try to tie the game with 1 swing, see what happens on this pitch. He did go, ground ball short, deep short, long throw, game over. Well, that's a killer. The Indians once again come back. They get 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. They've made it 3 straight in the series, with the finale coming up tomorrow afternoon. 5-4 final. We'll be right back.